Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. And today I choose to talk to you about one of my favorite one of my favorite book called Mahabharata, and a part of it, Bhagavad Gita, that is, I think, fascinating pearl of wisdom of the East. This document, this poem, is about the struggle between family members, cousins, and a war between Kaurava and Pandava princess. It's Pandava's 5 brothers, and Arjuna is one of the brothers. It is a document and a poem about people and about moral and law. It's about history. It's about religion, communication and traditions, a relation between people and gods and half-gods and legends, and it's like view on Hindu existing in the past. It's really amazing written document that I would recommend for you to read if you haven't done it yet. You can find it online. You can order it. You can download the audio version, or you can buy it in the store, whatever easier for you. I was lucky enough about a year ago to walk into the store, and a bookstore, a used bookstore, and I found the Bhagavad Gita, which is part of Mahabharata, and by reading that I was just amazed how much knowledge and wisdom this poem has, and how much it can teach us about the spirituality, about the practice of yoga, and how to be a better person, and what that means, eternal life. So this actually related to my last topic, to my last video where I was talking about death and dying. So this will explain more to you, what does that mean, that we never die, the soul never dies. We lose the body because body gets old and cannot function anymore, and we die. We go over our achievements, and then we reborn again. So this is technically what I was trying to tell in my other video about death and dying, and this is another sort of explanation of it. And sometimes people ask me, how do you know this? Where did you get this? So this is one of those things that this book found me, and as many others. When you are connected and you are in search, definitely things start to come in your way. So this is one of the other proof. When I started my journey of spiritual growth, all that knowledge was sort of given to me in the different forms by different people, and I'm very happy to have this old copy, very used copy of Bhagavad Gita. So let's see what it is. So technically, the whole Mahabharata is about the royal family, about the cousins who got in a fight over the land, and the 5 brothers were not treated righteously, and it ended up in a big war between them and Arjuna, one of the main characters. When it's come to start the war, when two parts of the family separated and were just about to go into the battle, Arjuna, a great warrior, very wise man, he was very sad. He didn't want to go into fight. He was crying, and Krishna, his friend, was there with him. And Bhagavad Gita is about the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. And in this book, Krishna explains to him the whole cosmology and the Holy Spirit, the great creator, and what that means. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about that today. And Krishna, in case you don't know, a lot of people think that Krishna was the reincarnation of the Vishnu. And Vishnu is the creator, God who creates. So there were many reincarnations of Vishnu into human form, and there will be more. So my understanding of how it works, the Spirit of God, the Spirit of Creator, will choose the soul, the body, the human body, and will sort of use it to stay here for a while, to get us back on track, to get us back to the path that we all should be following. And it's the spiritual growth and the reconnection with the divine, reconnection with your creator. It seems like it's going to happen again at some point. I don't know when, but it's good to know that it's a good thing, really, because somehow I have the impression that gods are no longer on the planet, and dark spirits are in charge. That's why we are all suffering here. That's my understanding. It's not, I'm not insistent on this, but it's just my belief. So back to this wisdom, back to the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. To Krishna's teaching, it's about eternal life. It's about the soul and relationship with the Supreme Creator. So Krishna would explain to Arjuna, then don't worry, those who die will not die. They will lose their body, but they will, it's their karma. And remember our videos about the karma. You will get what you create. Your action will come back to you, and you will be treated the same way. So he's telling him about the karma and how everyone will get their karma, and not to worry, because no one really died. The soul goes back, and then according to your own karma, then your life will be planned and you will come back again here. So technically, if we don't have karma, if we don't create a new karma here, good or bad, then we don't have to come back here on this particular planet. We don't have to be reincarnated. We're going to just be at the sort of, if you wish, upper levels, where all the gods and godly creature lives. And it's easier living there. It's more spiritual. It's more peaceful. How to get there. So here is the few quotes. I wanted to quote a little bit from the book and share with you my sort of explanation. And again, there is very detailed explanation of Bhagavad Gita as it is, and it's a huge book about this thick on the official explanation what it is. I haven't read it yet, and the reason I haven't read it, maybe I'm not even going to read it, we'll see, but I think it's just someone else's explanation on what I need to believe. But I'm here trying to sort of share my understanding, and again, you don't have to believe it, but by sharing this knowledge, I am encouraging you, go to the store or go online, purchase this book, read it, and have your own explanation, and have that knowledge on what is your soul doing here on this planet, and why your life the way it is. So let's start. So at the battlefield, Krishna reveals his godly nature to Arjuna and tells him that I am the reincarnated Vishnu and I am here to tell you, to support you and tell you what you need to know. And the first sort of quote is about how we should learn to control our emotions and desires. And I already talked about that in a different video. So when you are in charge of your emotions, especially when those emotions and desires are not creative, not positive, you are not in charge of anyone else. You cannot change anyone else, but you're definitely in charge of your own emotion, and you definitely can change yourself from inside. And this is what that tells you, that when your mind is calm, no matter what you're going through, then you are almost like detached observer. You are looking at the environment and you know why it's happening, you know what's happening. But when you're in reaction, then you lose your control, then you're affecting negatively others, and you're affecting your own karma as well. You're creating your karma. So it's easier to be sort of calm, because you are not disturbing your own vibration. Remember how we need to vibrate on a higher frequencies, and negative emotion and negative desires will lower our frequency. So that's why it's important that you are not emotionally disturbed. Let's put this way. So let's see if I found this explanation on page 68 and 20, 24 and 26. So here it is, the quotes. The man who sees Brahman abides in Brahman. His reason is steady, gone is his delusion. When pleasure comes, he is not shaken, and when pain comes, he trembles not. So that's exactly what I was just shared with you. No matter what happened in your life, you are not shaken. You are receiving this with understanding, and with your cool mind you can make better decisions, and you sort of think clearly, and you are not influenced by others as well. When you are making a decision, you are calm, and it helps. He has inner joy, he has inner gladness, and he has found inner light. This yogi attains the nirvana or of Brahman. He is one with God, and God unto God. So my understanding of what that means is, when you calm and your vibration is high for a prolonged time and you're practicing, then you're connected. And you're receiving that wisdom, receiving that knowledge, and you're receiving that energy and power to overcome whatever happening here. So this is why I think it's important to be connected, to know your creator, to know how cosmos work, to know what's going on, their laws and their reasoning and their action. Because the peace of God is with them, whose mind and soul are in harmony, who are free from desire and wrath, who knows their own soul. So technically, when people don't believe in existence of the soul or thing bodies, they are unaware. They think they only have a mind and a body, and they're completely in denial of the great thing, of the great sort of a world, and a great sort of godly creatures who help, and and create. So you are detached and you are on your own, and your life is miserable because you have no idea. So this is what it means in my understanding. Okay, let's see the second part I wanted to share with you. When you're not in control of desires and emotion, your life is suffering. So page 69, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's see. The soul of a man is his friend when by the Spirit he has conquered his soul. But when a man is not Lord of his soul, then this becomes his own enemy. When his soul is in peace, he is in peace, and then his soul is in God, in cold or in heat, in pleasure or in pain, in glory or disgrace, he is even in him. When happy with vision and wisdom, he is master of his own inner life. His soul sublime set on high, then he is called a yogi in harmony. To him gold or stones or earth are one. So he has risen on the heights of his soul. And he sees everything with the inner peace. So again, it's just sort of the same thing in a different words, that if you know who you are, it's almost like I know my name, I know who I am, I think I know my personality, but I don't, because sometimes I can react under stress in such a way that I will not even recognize myself, and that tells me that I don't really know myself, because I kind of believe that I am that person that I want to be, or my parents want me to be, or my society wants me to be, but who I am, I don't know. And that means that I don't know what my soul is. And in order to sort of get that knowledge, the Hindu philosophy believes that you have to connect with your Atman, and that's your soul. And it's godly, and it's part of God. It's given to you by the Creator, and it operates in this body. It's way more important than just my mind, because my mind is great to sort of survive in this environment, but still my soul is important and should be also included in making decisions. It's like my intuition, which would be, oops, it's probably my cat. Again, oh, well, sorry about that. He's just always nearby, as you know, and now he's on the roof of my greenhouse. Anyhow, so this is the this is about your identity, your personality. So reincarnation. Let's see what I found here on reincarnation. Page 72, 40 and 47. So neither in this world nor in a world to come does ever this man pass away. For the man who does the good, my son, never treads the path of death. Okay, and 47. And the greatest of all yogis is he who with all his soul has faith, and he who with all his soul loves me. So what does that mean? In my eyes, is that if you do good, if you practice yoga life, and I will talk to you about it, who's yogi and what that means. It does not mean that you sit all day in one sort of asana, in one pose, and meditate all day and you're yogi. No, it's so many aspects to it. It's the practicing of goodness, practicing of being a helpful, righteous person, as well as practicing meditation and doing sort of asanas and educating yourself about spiritual the history and spiritual growth. It's so many aspects to it. So we all yogis to some degree, and that's what it means. If you do practice this, and if you are connected and you know who you are, you know your soul, you know your creator, then your soul never dies. And you are not afraid of death, because you know, when I lose my body for some reason, I will go home for a while to my creator, and then I come back here to resolve my karma next time, and I will get a new body as well. So this is what it is. Let's see. This one is about soul within you. So material or physical and spiritual things, bodies and soul, this is what it is. Because we are living in a material sort of world, we all need material things. We have material body, we have to take care of it, we have to cover it, we have to feed it, and so on. And it's totally understandable, but the problem starts when we neglect the spiritual part of our existence, when we are fully focused on addressing our material needs and don't even try to sort of check what's the soul, what's my pain bodies, what is my connection to my creator, what is going on up there, and what I'm doing here, and how I can progress, and how can I be a better person for myself and for people around me, and how I can help them to be better people. So this part is neglected, I think, and that's why I'm trying to find it for myself, and I'm sharing with you my steps and what I digged out so far. So let's see, page 74. The visible forms of my nature are 8, and this is the guide that the Krishna explains to Arjuna what it is, because the visible forms, this is our sort of planet, our bodies, our surroundings, what we can see with our physical eyes, or learn through other means, like we can touch, we can smell, and this is all sort of visible part of it. So the visible forms of my nature are 8: earth, water, fire, air, 4 elements, and the 5th element, it's ether, and then the mind, the reason, and the sense of I, our ego, right, our false ego. But beyond my visible nature is my invisible spirit. This is the fountain of life whereby this universe has its being. All things have their life, and in this life, and I am their beginning and the end. So technically, everything has a soul that's given to us by Creator. He is in everything. He is everywhere, and He is aware, and we should be aware of it too. And that's what very important part or aspect of our existence here. If we don't get to know our invisible parts, our spirits, our souls, then we are not progressing and we are suffering. Okay, so then the fifth part is the gunas and three states of soul. So gunas, the verb 12. And know that the three gunas, the three states of soul, comes from me: peaceful light, restless life, and lifeless darkness. So quite strong and quite fascinating. So that's the three aspects of those gunas. Let's read them again: peaceful light, restless life, and lifeless darkness. So here you go, you have to choose which one is good for you, which one you want to focus on. So for myself, I decided that obviously peaceful light, which is when you're in control of your emotions and desires, and you practice meditation, you gain the knowledge, you gain the wisdom, and then you're calm, and then you're progressing, and then that vibration increases and it gets higher, and you are more connected. And through the meditation, with my experience, and I had a few really interesting experiences while meditating. I felt the vibration, and I felt that something touched me in a very sort of special spiritual way. And that's why I'm doing all this. I want you to know that there is something that you can actually feel it, and it will change your life. So peaceful life, this is something that I wanted for myself, and I wanted for for my friends, for all of you there, for my family and other people I know and don't know, because coming from the restless life, and I know what it is, it was filled with fear, with anxieties, with self-esteem that are not as great, because it can be great when you're afraid of things that you are not going to achieve, or you're not going to be good enough, or whatever. It's you're restless. Your vibration is not sort of strong, and you're worried, and then you suffer. You don't sleep well, you don't perform well, you don't progress. So, but those three gunas, they call them. And again, here's my cat who jumped from the roof and scared the heck out of me just a few minutes ago. Who don't know him yet, this is Carbon, and Carbon is always with me or nearby when I'm doing my videos. So he wants to be a star as well, I guess. So yeah, choose it for yourself: peaceful light, restless life, or lifeless darkness. That means that when your soul, your spirit suffers from your actions greatly, it can leave actually, and then you are just a body, and you belong to the darker spirits, to the darker matter, to the energies that destruct everything around them, because they feed off people's fear or people's sad emotions. All right, almost done. I am the seed of everything. Okay, so here's the conclusion, and let me see, page 81, 18. So last quote. I am the way and the master who watches in silence, the friend and the shelter and the abode of peace. I am the beginning and the middle and the end of all things, their seed of eternity, their treasure supreme. So this is beautiful. Yes, I believe that. If you read the whole entire book, and it's not that big, I have to tell you, Bhagavad Gita is 120 pages. It's beautiful, it's really easy to read, it makes a lot of sense, and it helps me to progress, and I wanted to share with you. So don't be afraid of dying, because there is no dying. You're just gonna change your outfit, your body's, your dress. When it's old and worn out, then you're gonna replace it with a brand new one, and then you can start working on your karma. And this is what we are here for. Just reduce our karma, progress, and go back home. So let me know if you like the video. Share with your friends if you do. Sign up for my channel if you want to. I would appreciate that. Write me questions, because it's easier for me to sort of build the new videos for you by answering the questions and by sharing it. Because I have so much I want to share, and I cannot keep it to myself. So let me know what you want to know about, and I will be more than happy to discuss it. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and my next few videos will be from Ukraine, because I'm going home to see my family, and hopefully we'll share with you a few videos about our stay there in Ukraine. And bless you all, and have a wonderful day and peaceful life. Thank you again for watching. Namaste.